Okay, so this mastery quiz has sine and cosine along with some transformations. Most of them are sine, but you do need to know cosine as well. And then there's going to be some transformations that are going to happen to that. So, really quickly, what sine and cosine should look like. Sine goes 1, 2, 3, 4. You write 2 pi. This is pi as well. The way sine goes, it goes on, up, on, down, on. And then you should repeat that a couple more times. And just until you run out of graph, and you should go backwards as well. Then all you have to do is draw a curve through all that. Loop-de-doop-de-doo, and you're set. Same thing with cosine. Cosine, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 pi. You always write your period right there. It's usually 2 pi, unless it changes. Cosine doesn't start on. It starts up, but then follows a similar pattern. Up, on, down, on, up, every time. And you wobble it some more. Da-da-da-da-da. Go back a little bit, and then you wobble your way through all your points. And you're set. Those are the basic graphs. Now, I am going to do a transformation on sine, and it's going to be one of these 4 things. In fact, 3 of these 4 things. One of them will not be there, so you need to be ready for that. This one, the blue one, 2 is our change in A, and that's our amplitude, as in highs and lows, how high and how low we're going to go. So normally, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, and we write a 2 pi. What we're going to do, we got pi. Normally we would go on, up, on, down, on, but this time we're going to go on. When we go up, we're going to do this too. So we go up 2. We still go on. When we go down, we do the 2 again. 2 dot. So it's changing how high and how low we're going to go. So it's the same pattern, but we're going up 2 rather than just going up 1. That's all that does. What the next part does, this red one, is a little bit trickier. This is our B. And with your B, you're always going to do this. You're going to do 2 pi over B. In this case, our B is going to be 2. So we do 2 pi over 2, making our period in this one pi. So when we come to that 1, 2, 3, 4, rather than writing 2 pi like we've been doing, we write a pi. And if you want to, you can write a pi over 2 there. And then you follow the same pattern, the exact same pattern that you did before for sine. You go on, up, on, down, on. Repeat it some more times. And then we draw our curve. Ta-da! That is the B. Next, we've got this one. This is D. I'll skip that one, so this is C right here. But what D does is it goes up and down. So normally, sine wobbles through this. Instead, we're going to go up 2. So rather than wobbling through this line right here, where we normally are, we're going to be up 2. So we're going to wobble through that line. We still do our 1, 2, 3, 4 and write our 2 pi. But then when we draw our graph, we're going to wobble up and down from here. So when we go on, we're going to be on D. On, up, on, down, on. Repeat it a couple more times. Go back and draw your line. So it changes what we're wobbling through in our up and down direction. Now the last one is C, which I kind of did unalphabetically, but whatever. C goes left and right. And normally right would be positive. In fact, right is actually the subtraction, and left is the addition. So normally we would, here, let me get my 2 pi, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 pi, pi. Normally I'd start right here, but in this case, I've got to go to the right pi. So I got to start over there. And then from there I follow my regular pattern of on, up, on, down, on, and then you repeat it, you go back, and there's my graph. That's all.